Happy Wednesday. Hi guys. Let me just get my setup checked and we'll get started. Thanks for joining me. All right. I can't see it yet. Just give me a second. Checked. Oh, great. There it is. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I see I got a couple people on already. That's great. If you'd like to say hello and where you're from, we love to see that. Hi, Karen. Hi, thanks for joining me. Hi, Terry. All right, so a couple of things. Of course, the big news this month is the starter kit special. You get an extra $30 of the product of your choice when you purchase a starter kit. Okay, so normally you get $125 of whatever you choose for $99 plus tax, and shipping is free. But this month you get $155 of $155 worth of anything that you choose for $99 plus tax. Okay, so that is basically the news. Of course, I always have a host code with a monthly gift. This month it's the free adhesive back stars with a $35 order. In October. Please use this host code so that helps me to pay for, you know, the shipping and the product that I send as a reward. But that's how I share the Stampin' rewards with you. All right, so we can get started. I have a really fun. Oh, hi guys. Hi. Thanks for all saying hi. I love to see it. I have a really fun gift card project. My upline, Mindy Gray, showed us this project in a team event this week that was just loaded with projects. But this was one I thought you guys would like. I know I get a lot of comments about doing gift card projects. I'm calling it a gift card holder, but it's actually more. It's a bigger project than that. Let me show you Mindy's. And I will mention that she said she learned it from our friend Candy Michael. She cased candies to make a Christmas project with the Celebrate Everything designer paper, and she used the sweet gingerbread greetings and stamps. So like I said, I think it's more than a gift card holder. It's sort of like a wallet or some kind of portfolio folder. When you open it, there's a flap here that's kind of wrapped around from the inside. When you open it, there's two pockets on the inside. Oh, I took my gift card holder out. I'm sorry, took my gift card out. There's a little pocket here. This could be for a note or like a gift card. And then these pockets, Mindy has some note cards where you can write a note and include that here. You could include like pictures, or it's almost like a mini, you know, album where you could tuck things in. I also noticed when I was going through my craft show stuff, you could tuck in a like a hot cocoa pack if you flatten out the contents a bit. And it's bulkier, but it would be a cute little favor. So I'm sure tea bags, maybe some other flat gift kind of things you could think of to put in here. But I just love it because it's like a pocket card, you know, but more than a pocket card, lots of pocket card. So I am going to make a version. Like I said, this is her version with Celebrate Everything and the Sweet Gingerbread Bundle. I made the one we're going to do tonight. I made with Celebrate Everything paper again, but I used the Snowman Magic Bundle. I just love this. This is really fun. This is like playing with paper dolls, and yeah, it's got a lot of little pieces, but they're really fun to make and put together and play with. Okay, so my version is paper from that same pack, and when you open mine, I've also tucked in Okay, I've got a gift card here. And I've tucked in, this was also Candy's idea, that you could have note cards. These are our pre-cut and scored note cards that tuck into these pockets. So I just made a simple note card with the snowman as well that I could tuck in there. So it could be any mixture of these things that you want to put in there. But let me just show you how to make the envelope, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Folder or folio. Okay, so I'm going to start, we're making this one. I'm going to start with a piece of designer paper that's 8 by 12. Oh, thanks. And I'll show you my, of course, favorite idea that you've seen before of what to do with that other 4-inch strip that's left over. Some of you can probably guess. All right. We need to score this, and we're scoring in the long dimension. Now, if you have direction to your paper, well, let me just score yours. Mine doesn't have like a directional print, but I'm going to show you one that does, just so that you are mindful of that if yours has direction to the pattern. Okay, but first I'm going to score at 1 1/4. Was that right? That doesn't seem right. Let me check this. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, 1 1/4 and 5. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it, and along the 12-inch side, I'm going to score at 3/4, 6, and 11 1/4. Okay, these score lines are going to be kind of hard to see. But basically, here, I've got one here, and this one shows direction. We need to make our 8 by 12 piece into this shape. Okay, so I've picked a non-directional print for the outside, and then I was just careful to have my 1 1/4 inch flap here at the top of my directional print. Okay, so just, you know, really think that through if you've got directional print, so that the inside stacks up and looks the way you want it to. Okay, so to make this 8 by 12 piece into that shape, let me burnish these so I can start to see these score lines. Okay, so there's the 1 1/4 inch, which is the top flap. And like I said, if you had a directional print, you would want that to be at the top. If your directional print is on the outside, yeah, you have to be careful. I guess that would be the same thing. Okay, we're going to burnish all these. Where is the sentiment from? Oh, the sentiment on the snowman one that we're making, All is Merry and Bright. This is a really good set for sentiments. Terry, to answer your question, brightest glow, all is merry and bright. I think that's what you're asking about. Yeah, that's really cute. I've used the Stylish Shapes dies to make my front pieces. Okay, so here we have that burnished, and you know, you can look on my website tomorrow to get all these dimensions again. All right, let me get the middle one. Okay, so you'll notice we're creating flaps. We're going to cut out the end corners, and this is symmetric. So what we need to make, if I fold this in half and cut through both layers, I will get the shape I need. Okay, so let's just get started with that. So I can see, and I'm just burnishing it back and forth just so I can see the score line. Maybe you'll be able to see it better on your paper. If you don't pick something with crazy lines like this. Okay, so starting at that score line, I'm going to cut a flap and just pick an angle to cut there. Okay, and then I'm going to come up into this side here. Let me just cut away the entire corner first. Super hard to see, so the score line, sorry, but there's not that many score lines, so I know you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, so I want the flap to kind of be this same shape on this side, and I am going to create that by, I'm going to see, I want to start at this point and cut my flap that way. Okay, and that makes my top flap, you know, kind of symmetric. Okay, down at the bottom here, I need to cut out an area. And I'm going to pretty much go straight along the score line and stop when I get to the cross score line. Oh my gosh, this paper is horrible for this. Okay, there it is. Let me cut up to that. All right, I'm getting there. And then for this edge, I like a little wedge cut out of the center here. So again, this time I'm going to start from this score point, and I'm going to cut just the slightest wedge out of this fold. Okay, so you can see I've kind of got the shape I want, but all I want to do now is round some corners to make it look a little neater. I just like that rounded corner look on the inside. So I'm going to do that again with this folded up. So starting up here, I'm going to kind of round off the top of this flap. Okay, this one I show rounded, but I know it's actually going to be hidden, so we don't really necessarily need to do this one. And then on my snowman version, I did round the flap, so let me do a little rounding up here. This is why you can't really use a corner punch, because we're not rounding a 90-degree corner, we're rounding an angled corner. Okay, and then I'm also going to round these lower flap corners. Okay, and that just makes a pretty cool look in the end. All right, so I'm going to open this up and pause a minute so you can kind of see what we've done to this shape. We've rounded out that corner, both the corners on the lower end, and then up on the flaps and on the side, the side flap. Okay. So basically, this will give us our envelope. And let me make sure I cut this one up high enough. I didn't get all the way to the fold. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I can already fold in these sides and fold that up like so and adhere along this side edge. So I'm going to just run a line of glue there. And let me close that up and let that dry under a block while we make this pocket. Okay, so we need to make a pocket piece here. So hold on, my phone has slipped a bit. Okay, this piece, on Mindy's version, we had vellum that we decorated with a little snowflake. I actually got the specialty vellum, the snowflake specialty vellum out for this one, and it starts from a piece that's 2.5 by 5.5, And it needs to be scored a 1/4 inch in from 3 sides. Now, I find that, and you know I love to use my scoring tool, the big scoring board, but I find that hard to score that small amount and keep this very straight on the score tool. So I'm actually going to do these on my trimmer. You make sure to use the scoring blade. And I'm scoring the sides and the bottom of what will be the pocket. All right, and I'm also going to take my Label Me Lovely punch to make a little, kind of like a little finger hold here in the center of the top of the pocket. You can use any punch or shape, a die shape or a punch. You could use a little half circle. This is a cute little shape for a little grab hole. Okay, and then at the corners where there's that little square at the corner, I'm actually gonna cut on a diagonal to cut that little square edge off. And then when these fold together, okay, we're folding the 1/4 inch under to the inside of the pocket. This is what's going to make the pocket. And then there's a little less bulk there at the edge because that little angle comes together there. Okay, so let me do the other side too. I'm just going at 45 degrees right along to cut that corner off. So my 45-degree angle goes through the intersection of the score lines. Vellum is a little bit trickier to burnish, score, you know, I'm sure anyone that's worked with it knows that. Okay, so there's the little pocket, and I'm going to put that on one side over here. And I like it because it's already decorated then, right? So let me, I'm going to put my adhesive on. Get a new bottle here. Just going to run a line of glue along those flaps that we burnished. And then, you know, my favorite method, my favorite use for the large block, the large acrylic block. Just pop that down there and let that dry. Okay. And so what are we making on the outside? Now remember, we're folding these flaps down, but this one you can use on the outside so that it looks like a little envelope flap. And I've got it tucked under this circle where I've constructed a little snowman from the Snowman Magic Bundle. I've made some of these pieces already, so let me, while that dries, let me finish putting together this little scene. This is really a fun set to play with. So, uh-oh, I've got Winston whining now. I locked him in the craft room with me because his latest thing, and this is what he'll be doing if I leave him alone upstairs, is to jump up on the back of the couch and then put his paws up on the window that's behind the couch. And so I gotta kind of try to crack down on that a little bit. It looks a little precarious when he's up there. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mindy. I'm glad you like it. It's just another version from yours, which I also loved. I love the colors on yours where we get that pink in the Christmas mix. I think that's always fun when we get those different colors in. Okay, so I've already, like I said, I already stamped and cut out a lot of my snowman pieces just so you didn't have to watch me Watch me do that. And left just enough to do while my pocket dries. So I like how on these arms, well, there is a die if you stamp the arms, there's a die that you can cut out around the arms. But there's also a die for just making little stick arms out of cardstock that don't have to be stamped. And I love how they've included like a wide little area to add your adhesive. Winston, come on, don't be... We're crafting here. This is the fun part of our night. I don't know if you can hear him whining. He's nosy. There's squirrels right outside the window, so he's dying to see, you know, when they're out there. Whatever they're doing, I think they're taunting him. All right, Win, just lay down. He has a nice bed here. I brought a bone down. I gave him a treat. It's not like torture in the craft room. All right. Okay, so these pieces are pretty much ready. Oh, let's get our little bird ready. And probably our pocket is ready. This is not red. This is kind of cute. It's a sweet sorbet. It's a nice look. All right, let's see how our pocket's doing. Yeah, that's pretty dry. I mean, I will still put a weight on this when we're done here to make sure that dries solid. But don't you love that as a little gift card holder? Okay. Now, if you want to do these note cards, like I said on the inside, our pre-cut and scored note card, they just fit. You couldn't put a lot in there. And if you would like to get a little more space to fit these note cards in, instead of doing a 3/4 inch end on this end flap, you could do a 1/2 inch, okay, and have this just a little narrower and leave more room for the note cards. Okay, so just a thought after I made the note cards that that might allow you to even fit more in there or not have to worry about the space. Okay, so on the outside now, we're going to decorate. Now, I have our metallic woven ribbon that's an in color, and that is what we had used on this one too. We had used the Parakeet Party, so I've got the Tahitian Tide, and I'm just going to catch it. I'm going to kind of center it halfway and then just catch it under the circle area here. Okay, so I'm going to use my dimensionals to lock it down and then add a few more dimensionals to pick up my circle. That noise is his little stocking toy. At least he's happy now. Okay, so I'm going to locate this so that the flap can just kind of tuck under there. And let's see, this great greeting. I love it. Put that over there, and then I'm gonna, I guess I could have had a dimensional under there too, and then I'm gonna tuck my bunny, yeah, right up on the edge here. All right, and gosh, I think that's it. Tie this up. Just know that all those crazy noises are Winston under the table. Just, I don't know what it sounds like to you. Okay, so there we have the little, oops, not enough glue there. There we have our little folio. And like I said, that 4-inch strip that's left after you make that, you know, my favorite 4-inch strip gift card holder is a great candidate. I just made one to coordinate here. This is the fold out. I can make this real quick with you. I've made this 100 times before. I'm going to take that 4-inch by 12-inch piece and score it at 3-inch, 6-inch, 9 1/8, and create this inner pocket for a gift card. Okay, so I know you've seen this. This is like my favorite easy gift card. I'm going to fold in that last section. Okay, so this is the 3-inch section. So that was the 3-inch that we scored first. So watch, if you have a directional paper, you do have to kind of watch that as well. But I folded on that line, and then I am burnishing a diagonal that just brings this edge inside the fold line there. And then I'm going to make a pocket by putting the tear and tape along the bottom edge and the side edge. Okay, so that's what creates your pocket. And then very simply, I have a matted piece of, let's see, with a greeting. The cardstock is 3 by 3 7/8, and the white is 2 7/8 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to get that ready to put on the inside. Now this end flap, in the past, I used to have a shorter length at the end here. Let me do the burnishing there and there. Okay, this end I used to cut shorter, but lately I've liked it where I just fold this in like so. And that way the end pull piece is a little thicker. Now I am going to put some seal to lock that down, and I have nipped the corners with this Very Best Trio Punch with the angled edge. You could also use, let's do this edge this time, but just keep in mind when you're using this edge or this corner, you have to flip your cardstock or whatever you're punching if you are trying to make two sides symmetric. Okay, so if you want the rounded edge and then the convex edge to kind of go the same directions, keep in mind that you have to flip it to get that on two adjacent corners. Okay, so there I have this very simple little gift card holder. This is my like all-time favorite. Easy, shows off both sides of the designer paper kind of gift card holder. And I, you know, have this decorative edge or just the tag edge. And I made a belly band with my snowman. Again, this is the Label Me Lovely punch. Now let's put that aside. I can just put this one back together because you know how to make a snowman. Okay. Yeah. I've made these so many. Okay, so that is what to do with your leftover 4-inch strip. This was our project today, and this was the original version that we made on Monday in our fun team event. Thank you, Mindy, for this great project. Let me tie this one up so you can see it. Don't forget, if you are shopping this month and you have a big gift or big wish list, we do have the starter kit special this month. And I have the adhesive back stars if you're shopping on my website with that host code. I appreciate them. Okay. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Oh, Jen Berg, you know how to make these. Jen Berg is my daughter now. That's her new last name. Yeah, she did a demonstration on these long ago on a Facebook Live, like in 2018. All right. Thanks, guys. I don't see any other questions or anything. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for any help you can give me in likes and shares and social media help. I can really use that because I'm terrible at that. All right. Have a great night, everyone.